All right, so this the chart I was telling you guys about. This the one that I created while I was in prison. All right. If you look closely, you can see the RSI. And these are other indicators which are not really important. Um, but you is if you notice, you see the RSI and the ADX on there. All right, and that's supposed to coincide with price. So this is what I did by hand, guys. All right, this is what I did when I was incarcerated. It's a little coffee stain on it, but you get the picture. All right, and if you look closely, you would see that this is a bar chart. All right, so during that time, I was still using bar charts. All right, eventually I upgraded the candlesticks, but you read them the same way. All right, support and resistance and so forth. All right, but I'm just giving you guys an idea of what I was doing and my credentials. All right, that's it. All right. Look at the ADX. Remember, I told you guys in a previous video about the red line, blue line, and so forth. That's pretty much what this is. All right. The red line is the ADX. The black line is the bears, and the blue line is the bulls. All right. So there you have it. All right. The first indicator is the RSI. All right. If you notice how I have it shaded in, that's your 70% area and your 30%. All right. I have divergences mark on here. Um, and if we haven't gotten to that yet, we're going to get to it. Um, but that's to show you guys, I did this literally by hand. I used to go to the library, me and Corey, and do this every single day. I mean, this was my life, as you can see. Um, I have a few other things as well, a few souvenirs that I kept a hold to. This was a chart. This was actually an option or a stock option um, that I was looking into. Okay, this is a chart from when I did that, and all this was incarcerated, guys. I did all this while I was incarcerated. So if I can do that, surely you could do it um, with internet access. Okay, all right. So, and I know you may see a lot of, and this is Amazon, by the way. Amber, I'm sorry. That's the symbol of a particular stock that I was tracking at the time. But I was saying, I know you guys may see a stochastic, and that's an indicator. But the reason why, I'm not gonna really share that with you guys is because it's not a part of the system that I'm gonna show you guys. But it can be, but it's also can serve as a distraction as well. And I don't want to load you guys up with too many indicators. So um, the RSI and the ADX and the EMA will be just fine for right now. This is on the stock I was tracking. Um, Let me see. Need some more souvenirs from when I was incarcerated. I have a lot. U.S. Steel. Boom. You see the RSI, the 70, the 30, so forth. This ACI. It's a lot of companies I was tracking at the time. All right. This is my credentials. All right. This is what I told you guys about. This what separates me from a lot of other financial literacy teachers. All right, this one form of my credentials. I have several others, but you know, this is what separates um me as being, I wouldn't say more credible, but um, you know, the information that I have being more vital, I should say. I would say I have a lot of information that's more vital and useful than your standard teacher in the financial literacy space, especially when it comes to trading. All right. So I want you guys to look at this. This was a chart as well. Look what happens when you put it together. You take it apart, boom. Look what happens when you put it together. You have your RSI. This indicator, which is this line, is a Bollinger Band. All right. And you read that the same way you would a EMA. All right. When it squeezes up or when it contracts, something is about to happen. When it expands, it means it's trending. All right. Volume, you see the RSI, you see support and resistance. All right. I did all this by hand, y'all. Going to the library every single day, having to buy markers, paper. Obviously, this stuff ain't free. Even though I was incarcerated, the educational department didn't provide me with any of this. I had to spend my own money to achieve this knowledge or retain this knowledge or get this paper, get calculators and so forth. You know what I mean? So this information was not free. All right. Amazon. I was tracking Amazon at one point in time. All right. You see the candlesticks. You see the RSI is red on this particular chart. Some of them I may have them green. Keep in mind, I said you could tweak the colors as you choose to, but the method never changes. When it goes into that 70 range, then it's overbought. When it goes to that support range, which is below that 30 range, it's oversold. And as you can see, look what it did. When it became oversold, it went up. All right. This is Amazon, guys. You see? When it became overbought, it went down. You see? And the price is on here. I know it's kind of small. You can't see it. But, I know what it represents. That's the most important part. And I have a few other things I want to show you guys as well. So let me kind of go over that. These are all souvenirs, stuff that I did while I was incarcerated, guys. All right. Did this chart. This was a weekly chart. I was tracking. This is the S&P, by the way. That big chart that I showed you guys in the beginning, that's the S&P 500, all right? And we would say that's a part of the stock market, all right? But I'm still using technical analysis nevertheless. As you can see, a lot of this is stock information or options information, but I'm still using technical analysis, all right? So I'm going to get to informing you guys about stocks and options. We're going to get to that in phase 2 of this financial literacy journey that I'm taking you guys on. But as far as this first phase, we're starting in the spot market, or in other words, the Forex market, the currency market, all right? And as you can see, technical analysis never changes because I'm using the same technical analysis that I was showing you guys in Forex, all right? I'm using that with stocks, all right? This is the spreadsheet that you fill out every day in the book. This is, now I didn't create this when I was locked up. I created this when I wrote the book called Felons Trade Best. And you could get that on Amazon, all right? Or you can send us a DM at Open Market or Oversold Academy, and you can get a PDF copy right now for just $10. All right. Now the book on Amazon will cost you maybe $65, but it's the actual printed book. All right. But within that book is this spreadsheet. Now I will say this: when it comes to the ebook copy, it's much easier to print this out. So I this is actually a part of the book that I have, and you had to have this printed out, and you would basically track it every day, and we're going to get to that in later videos. But I just want to kind of briefly touch on what that was. Here's another chart, and there's plenty others under here. I didn't even know that. What this is? Yep, this one I made. Yep, boom. Look, trend lines and everything. And I know we haven't discussed trend lines as of yet, but it's so self-explanatory, kind of, but they can be real helpful as well, Let me see what else we have in here. What else charts do we have in here? Because it's a lot. Oh, I remember this GoPro. All right, this GoPro right here. I was on this hard at the moment. GoPro. You see what happened? This is the RSI. Yeah, like, look what happened. Each time it got overbought, look. Overbought. Look, it approached the 70. It's above 70. All right, you see the 70 all the way marked to 100. You see your 70. Look, let's go back and reflect in history. Boom, it approached the 70. You see what happened? You see, it fell. It pulled back just a little bit. Went up. Boom. It fell again. Okay, right here. Boom, it fell. Boom. Went up. Went up. What happened right here? All right, went up just a little bit. So even right here, went up. Boom. All right. Right here, what happened? Once it got in this area, it became extremely overbought. All right. Extremely overbought. And you see that consolidation phase, you see it barely moved. That's called the consolidation, guys. I went through that in previous videos. This is not a trend. This is a consolidation period, all right? Now, when it started to fall, that's considered a trend. But prior to it falling, that was a consolidation phase, all right? But once it went and did this, it became overbought. You see how it went back up and went to the green area? It became overbought. So you should have knew to short the market. You should have knew to sell the market. So you should have placed the sell entry around this area right here, because you saw that it became very overbought on your RSI indicator. And what happened? It fell. And this is actually me tracking GoPro price every day. So this is a direct reflection of what actually happened, guys. And so forth. You see what happened? Boom. Now it got to the oversold area. So my prediction is that this has went up. I didn't even record what happened because this is old data. So my prediction is that it went up. All right. Even if it fell a little more, you know what I mean? It might have fell just a little bit more because the floor was not actually right here, but maybe just a tad bit further down. But even if that happened, it still was going up. So my prediction is that that particular instrument, which was GoPro, the stock, was going up. All right. So what else I have? All right. This is one of the spreadsheets that I informed you guys about when I was talking about my prison experience and how I was motivated by the spreadsheet that Corey gave me. All right. This is not the exact spreadsheet, but this is a similar one. All right. This is one that they had in the stock market class that I told you guys I intended. All right. This is a spreadsheet that they passed out of what you can possibly make. All right. Now, this spreadsheet is just for motivational purposes only. All right. It's to show you what's possible. All right. Period. It's showing you. You start off with, you start up 13,000 gains. That's assuming you make 8% on every trade with 60 trades. All right. And that's 12% and so forth. All right. It's showing you the balances. I don't even have to say nothing. You know what I mean? It's showing you what you could potentially make at the 60 successful trades. All right. Period. You see the numbers at the bottom. The numbers at the bottom represent the 60 successful trades. All right. You see the numbers at the bottom? All right. That's assuming that first number is assuming you make 8% on each trade, starting with 10 grand. All right. And so forth. You see these numbers, right? They're increasing. They're increasing. All right. And this just trading stocks. This not even talking about the Forex industry. And this 12%. This assuming you making 12%. Starting off investing with 10 grand. All right. This is the actual spreadsheet I received from attending that class, guys, so long ago. All right. And that number increases. All right. That number increases. All right. See that? You see that, right? 12%. And this compounded interest, all right? This is what's possible, guys, period. I'm showing you what's possible. This is a weekly analysis I did on the S&P. These are the numbers, all right? Remember when I told you guys indicators are formulated and calculated based off price action? All right, this is a direct reflection of that. All right, these numbers were punched in, and I was using the close. So every time the market closed, which we tracked the S&P 500 at that time, every time it closed, we would write it right here. We would write the high, low, and close. All right, and we would use that number in a specific formula to calculate the formula or whatever for the indicators. All right. And you're going to see, some of that right here or further down, right here. All right. Same thing. Look, the S&P, this is 8-1. All right. So this is 2012. You see that? You see that? This was recorded in 2012, daily S&P, all right? August the 1st, the price opened up at $13.79. Now, some of you guys, if you with me, look up the S&P 500 and see where it's at in 2023. That's 11 years after this fact. See the price is trading at now. I can guarantee you it's way above this, all right? So that's a lot of money, a lot of opportunity that was made, or that could have been took advantage of, in other words. All right. So I recorded the closes and used these numbers to calculate and formulate my indicators. All right. So the formula was used in the formula, by the way, which wasn't easy to get and easy to understand at all. But once I was able to get the formulas, I was able to use the actual price of the instrument, which was the close, to calculate in order to get the indicator itself, in order to read it on the chart, in order to be able to read it on the chart. So if you guys have internet access, you already bypassing the process that I had to go through. I went through the old school process of learning how to trade. All right. So be appreciative for the opportunity that you have now. You understand? Because this opportunity is not available to prisoners right now. You know what I'm saying? So this should be more of a motivation thing for you. You should be more motivated seeing that someone was in prison and was able to do all this. All right? And even with that, I can show you. All right, let me pull it out the pack. I can show you that I was tracking it further than just August. All right, this not just August where I was tracking it. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna show you. If I can, I'm trying to get it out. Let me see. Well, I can't really get it out right now, but you get the point. You know, you get the point. I ain't really gotta okay, there we go. September 2012, all right? October 2012, all right? You seeing it with your own eyes. So these are my credentials, all right? This is what me and Corey is capable of. And not only us, so much others, all right? Especially those of us who was incarcerated while we learned this information. November of 2012, all right? All this was recorded, all right? 2012, guys, that was 11 years ago. You seeing stuff that I did that was trading based over 11 years ago. December, January 2013, 10 years ago. All right, over 10 years ago at this point. All right, you looking at it, right? Look how the S&P rose. When we looked at the first page, it was August, and it was trading at 1,300 and something. All right, look how it rose. All right, and so forth. February 2013, March. All right, and there's others, but that's just that one particular sheet. All right, I have the actual calculations of the ADX. This is what I went through in order to be able to chart and plot the ADX on that chart I showed you guys. All right, so I had to physically, manually, not only me, but me and my colleagues, we had to physically, manually use a calculator every single day to get these numbers in order to plot it on the chart correctly. All right, this how hard we work for this information. Period. All right. The weekly, this 2014, 15. All right. Amazon. I had to physically, manually calculate everything based off, historical data. So if you notice, this is January 2015, all right? Amazon was trading at $293, all right, as of 1/14. Look and see what Amazon is trading at now. I don't know, but back then, that's what it was trading at. And I was using data, as you can see, to calculate and construct the correct instruments to help me predict the market. All right. Twitter. All right. This is Twitter. All right. Oversold. Look how it's oversold, right? Because it's went way below that 30. Remember I said 30? When it comes to the RSI, this is the RSI. It went way below that 30. Look where it went. And look what happened. When it became oversold, extremely oversold, what happened? It went back up. All right. When it became oversold right here, what happened? It went back up. All right. Oversold right here, what happened? It went back up. And this Twitter, guys. All right. So that's it. All right. That's it. I have more souvenirs, but I just want to show you guys who I am and what I represent. And I represent these charts. That's what I represent. All right. So until next time, peace.